Hello everyone, welcome to video. My name DakyTheFox, and I am sitting in my bed once again to talk about myself. I thought about making a story time video, a relaxing nice video just where I talk and yap about my first furry convention experience. So just lay back, maybe put this video on the side while you're playing Minecraft or Roblox or anything. You guys also like my new lamp? I just bought it. It's pretty cool. Anyways, let us story time. Let it begin. I've actually thought about making this video for a long time now. I've just not done it. But now I'm doing it. Now it's here. So it was back in 2023. I had always wanted to go to a furry convention. I've always wanted to see fursuits because back then I haven't seen any fursuits like in real life. I didn't have this one. So I just wanted so badly to go to a convention to see fursuits and to feel the spirit. And I've just watched so many videos back then of furries going to fur cons and like, look, we're having such a great time, this is the best. And I've only heard positive things about them. So I was like, yeah, I need to go there. I really wanna be there and be a part of the community, yay. But I didn't have any friends that I could go together with to the convention, and for some reason I thought it was a good idea to just go on my own, even though I'm introverted and I'm not good at like social activities, especially around strangers. But my motivation to go to a convention was just so high that it didn't even matter. I just wanted to go. I needed to go there even though I was alone. And then I saw that EuroFurence was the thing. It took place in Hamburg. That's funny. Which isn't a long drive away from Denmark, where I live. So I thought it was a good idea to go there. And at the time I was still a bit, should I go? Maybe it's not a good idea to go alone. So I was kind of hesitant about buying the tickets and making the move to actually go there. But in the end I decided to do it anyways, because I really wanted to. So I booked the con ticket and I booked the train ticket ride. I didn't take my car because I didn't want to. It was easier to just take a train ride down there. So I did that. The train ride was pretty hell. There was so many people, and the train ticket, like the plan said, it was a direct train down there to Hamburg from Odense to Hamburg, but it wasn't. The train stopped at a German train station, and I don't know German, I don't know the language, so I was alone and very confused about where to go because they were speaking German all over the place, and I was like, and I had to take another train to get there. And I looked on like the train plans, train schedule, departure schedule thing, and there was no Hamburg anywhere. But then I just hopped on a train and hoped it was going to Hamburg. And it was, luckily, going there. I was so lucky. I was so dumb. And then as the train was slowly moving into Hamburg station, I saw out of the window the actual convention, and I saw people walk around with fursuits, and there were many people, many furries all over the place. And I was just sitting there in the train like, whoa, that's furries, that's fursuits. It was the first time I've ever seen fursuits in real life. Also because I've seen so many convention videos on YouTube, and I've always just wanted to go there. So I was finally there, but first I decided to go check in at my hotel. I chose a hotel that was like a long way away from the convention because I was kind of late at finding a hotel. If you want a good hotel at a convention, you have to be really, really early, like half a year early if you want a good hotel close to the convention. But I wasn't, so I think it was a 30-minute walk over there, and I was just I'ma just walk. And the hotel was kind of nice. It wasn't a hotel with a hotel room and stuff. It was more of a capsule. Like, it was literally just a bed, and that's it. There was no walking around the bed. That was just the bed. So it was really meant to just be, you go there just to sleep. Like, you're not staying at that hotel to do anything. Like, you're literally just sleeping there. That's it. And here comes the sad part, because I stayed at my bed capsule thing way more than I stayed at the convention, which is very dumb because you're supposed to be at the convention. That's the whole reason why I'm going there. But okay, more to that later. I checked in at the hotel and went over to the convention for the first time. My anxiety level was high. My excitement level was also very high. I was so hyped at the long walk over there. I also saw furries on the street walking like with their cool badges. And I was like, hell yeah, those people are cool people. And I also have made a badge that I had put on. This one. Very cool badge. And the feeling of just wearing my badge in public like this was also just adding to my anxiety, because like, oh no, what does people think of me when I'm wearing this badge? They probably think I look stupid with it. I didn't feel comfortable wearing it at all. My self-confidence was in minus. Like, I also think I tried to hide it in some way. But then I arrived at the convention and my anxiety just rised. From there on, I saw the registration queue outside. It was super long. So I was like, okay, I'll just walk over to the queue and stand there. And that's it. That's very normal to do. Like, but in my head, I was just, I don't know. I was so overwhelmed and like felt like everyone was watching me. It was so uncomfortable because I felt like everybody was judging me and looking at me. And I was constantly nervous about and scared about people because I thought everyone was so awesome and cool, and I was just so scared about what if someone comes up to me and talk to me. I remember that very clearly. I was just so scared about what if I did something embarrassing, or they tried to talk to me and I didn't understand them, or anything like that. It's weird because I wouldn't say I have like social anxiety. It kind of feels like that when I look back at it. I then walked past the queue because I don't know. I was weird. And then I went for a little walk. There was like a huge garden outside, like just right next to the convention. And I went there and sat at a bench and just tried to log in. I have to log in. Like, come on, you can do it. And at that garden, I saw cool fursuits taking pictures. And then, after some time at the bench, I decided to go there. I went in the queue and I stood there. And something not very fun happened. I was standing behind two German people, I think. They didn't speak English. And then, right behind me, there was standing like 3 other German people. And they were speaking to each other. I don't know if they were friends or anything, but I was standing in the middle of a friend group. What are the odds? I'm just standing there so awkwardly. It couldn't be more awkward like that. I know I'm just oversaturating it in my head because in reality it's like it was nothing. It didn't matter, like nothing happened. But it was just awkward. But then I got my badge, EuroFurence 27. Ducky. And then after I got my badge, I decided to go back to my hotel. Wow. And I don't remember if anything else happened that day. Maybe my social battery already had ran out just from that. But I had looked at the convention schedule and have seen all of the cool events that was happening on the days, the ones I wanted to go to. I did get up early and went to the fursuit parade and watching that. That was so cool. That was really awesome. There was so many cool fursuits. That was really surreal watching because, again, I've watched so many fursuit parade videos on YouTube before. I then also went to a dance competition event. That was also sick. And another cringe, awkward moment happened there for me. I tried to record with my phone, but my phone was so awesome that it had auto flashlight. When recording because it was dark. So immediately when I pressed record, the flashlight was just going on my phone. Ugh, that sucks. I didn't know if it caused attention. It was more cringe for myself. But the dance competition was super cool too. Again, really fun watching in real life. And then later I also went to some of the DJ raves at night. I walked there, it was nighttime. The city Hamburg is really a pretty city, honestly. I stood in queue, waiting for the doors to open, and I was just seeing everyone else had a friend group to go together with. Most of the time I was thinking about how cool it would be to have some cool friends to go with. That sounds very sad. And the DJ rave event was going on like from midnight to like 3 in the morning or something like that. I didn't stay there till the end, but I just had to experience it at least. It was really fun. No, it wasn't. Okay. I need to stop lying. It was not that fun. When I walked in there, I was like, okay, this is cool. Where do I go? Where do I go? Where's the nearest corner? And then I walked over to a corner and stood there the entire time. Great. I saw people have like a dance circle. I saw a lot of people doing the train walk dance around. And then somebody came up to me and said something to me. Interaction. Human interaction happened. And he complimented my badge in German. It did surprise me a bit that many people spoke German. I mean, it makes sense, we are in Germany, but like, it's the biggest furry convention in Europe. So why don't we just speak English to each other? But anyways, I think he complimented my badge. He said something in German and smiled and did something. So, and I was just like, yeah, thank you. And that was it. And then after some hours standing in the corner listening to music, looking at people having the time of their life, I walked back to my hotel and slept. And also, close to the hotel there was a Lidl, a very budget-friendly grocery store, where I bought like bread and bread. That was actually it I was living from for those 4 or 5 days. Just bread with something on. Now I know all of these things is my own fault. I should have just gone to an actual restaurant and ordered like the best food ever. I could have done that, but I did not want to. I don't know. I just wanted to be in my own as much as possible, because that's my safe space. That's my comfort zone. That's where I don't have to worry about what other people think about me. But that was so wrong, because when I look back at it, it's so stupid. Like, why even go in the first place if you're just gonna stay at the hotel the entire time and like do nothing at the convention? I mean, I did go to some events, yeah. I could have had so much more fun if I just logged in and didn't worry about what people thought about me, because I'm sure people didn't think about me. What if they think something negative about me? In what way do they look at me? Why does it matter? Why should that limit me to not do fun things? And even though it was not a positive experience, and that was 100% my own fault, it was not the convention that was bad, it was not the hotel that was bad, like, it was all on me, but I do definitely not regret doing it. It was still a really good way to learn myself better, to know, like, what are my limits? Why did I react like that? Why do I think like that? The first time is always the hardest. So when I'm going to a convention in the future, I now know how things are going to be. What can I expect? It's not so strange anymore. It's not so scary. What does people think about me? Yeah. I don't care. Like, if you're a good person and you're not harassing anybody, then you're good to go. Like, that should not limit you from having fun at all. Oh yeah, and I also went to the dealers then, because I also challenged myself to go there and buy something. I just wanted to buy something. But surprise, surprise, I didn't buy anything. I walked around and saw a bunch of cool stuff that I wanted to buy. But, oh no, people are scary. I don't want to talk to people. What do you mean I have to go up there and say hi and say, hey, hello, can I please get that thing? That looks cool. What do you mean I have to do that? No way I'm doing that. No way. I'll probably mess it up and everybody will look at me and I'll cause a scene and the convention will explode. It's so silly. It's really silly. So yeah, I didn't do much. I stayed at the hotel for way too long. It was a hotel convention. It was not a furry convention. So yeah, that was my first convention experience. Yay. I then later also went to Nordic Furscon in Sweden. And there I actually didn't go alone. I asked some of my normal friends to go with me. It was 2 of my friends, and they didn't buy a ticket for the convention, but they still wanted to go just to have fun. We took the train over there, checked in at the hotel, and then a funny experience happened when I tried to register for the convention. So yeah, the convention had security guards outside of the building at the entry, and they didn't let people in unless they had a convention badge. So you may think, if I wanted to go in there and register and get my badge in there, how am I supposed to go in there then? What's up with that? I did wear my Daki badge, and at first the security was like, yeah, you go in there, yeah, you can go. And then he realized, oh wait, he doesn't have a convention badge. And he was like, hey, stop right there. Go back, come back here. And I was like, okay, what's up? And he said, hey, you don't have a convention badge. And then I said, no, but I have to go in there to get it. I'm on my way to check in, to register. And then he just stared at me for like a couple of seconds.
But you don't have a convention badge.
No, but I'm trying to get in there to get it. And then he stared at me for a couple more seconds and was like,
oh, okay, yeah, you can go right in. That's fine.
like, okay. That was just kind of funny. It wasn't a problem. It was just funny. And again, my friends didn't have a ticket, so I was just alone in there. There was a dealer's den at that convention too. Did I have the confidence to actually buy something now? No. I would just rather not. I know that everything will go well and fine, and it will be just fine. Like, it will not be a problem. But the thought about doing it is the problem for me. Also went to see the dance competition and this song contest. Those were like so much cooler and bigger than the one at EuroFurence, surprisingly. The scene was so much bigger, and I feel like there was more people, and it was more well made and well done. And at that time I did have my fursuit, and I did bring it with me, and I knew there was a fursuit parade going on. But first I decided to go to the fursuit photo shoot, the massive group photo. And here it is. Can you spot me? It's kind of hard to spot me because I'm right there. Do you see it? No, you can only see my ears. It was such a fail. This was so sad. But then I walked at the furry parade. It was a little walk around the town there in Malmö. That was so much fun. And I walked together with my friend. He's the one recording the video. That was a great experience. That was really fun. But yeah, nothing else crazy really did happen. I tried to walk around inside the building, inside the convention. Not in fursuit. I was not comfortable enough to do that because of the bad vision and the bad hearing. And like, what if people tried to talk to me and I couldn't hear what they said? That would be so awkward. But I did already feel a bit more comfortable than EuroFurence. So that's already an improvement. And I feel now it's already so much better. So yeah, that was a much more better experience. So yeah, that's pretty much it of the story time. That was everything. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Now, I haven't been to any convention since the Nordic Furscon in 2024. But I am going to one this year. A very, very big convention. Midwest Fur Fest. Whoa! Can I handle that one? Am I confident enough to do it? I don't know. And the very best part is I actually have friends to go together with. So I am just super duper excited for that. That is going on in December. So there's still some time for it. But I will be making a video out of it. 100% I will. So yeah, what have we learned about this story? If you ever want to go to a furry convention, do it. Even if you don't have any friends to go with, it probably won't be a pleasant experience unless you're extroverted and love being alone around people. Then it may be a good experience. People are very, very friendly. It is just up in my mind to feel like everybody hates me secretly. And that is silly. That is the end of the story. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you find it cozy. I would love to do more of these talking videos where I'm just talking. But yeah, take care. I love you all. Have a great day, night, anything. Be cool.